Is the speaker ready?
Silenzio Bruno. Yes, I'm ready.
Zhaniya Nurbekova, Silenzio Bruno. Silenzio Bruno, Zhaniya Nurbekova.
What? You will fail? You can't? Oh. Okay. Who put this in my head? No? Of course, it's Bruno. The same thing he did to me in 2017. Me rushing to my very first Toastmasters role. But then I stopped. Through the glass walls, I see people talking, laughing, and someone is sitting on my roll seat. I could still walk in, right? But then Bruno comes. Zhaniya, don't embarrass yourself in front of those people. You messed up. Just go. And so I do the only thing that felt safe. I turned around and I left. Dear contest chair, fellow Toastmasters and guests, I love Toastmasters and it was my choice to come here. But 9 years ago I left because of Bruno. Well, who is Bruno anyway? And why do I keep blaming him? Is he my ex-boyfriend? Well, there is a Disney cartoon where little boy Luca and his friend decide to ride a bicycle down a high hill. But Luca panics. I can't, it's too high. His friend goes, oh, you've got a Bruno in your head. But you gotta silence him. Okay, but why Bruno? Doesn't matter, call him what you want. You gotta say, Silenzio Bruno. So they start shouting, Silenzio Bruno, and ride down the hill. When I watched that, I realized, just like Luca, I have a Bruno too. He was with me from my smallest decisions to my big dreams. And as a kid, I had a big dream to become a journalist. I was so passionate, I imagined hosting my own TV show. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special guest today, Morgan Freeman, everybody! Woo! I practiced for 11 years at school. And on the last day, before my application, Bruno came. Zhaniya, journalism? Really? Be realistic. Besides, if you don't get a grant, nobody will pay for you. Choose something safer. And so, guess what? I canceled my application and chose another degree. Years passed, but every time I looked at great speakers, journalists, I would think, well, that could have been me. But I kept listening to Bruno until life forced me not to. I was doing sit-ups, trying to be sporty and rich, when suddenly I felt sharp pain in my stomach. I ended up in a hospital and doctors said, you had a lump that bursted and you are internally bleeding. We have to operate you now or else you will die. Die? Like right now? Can we postpone it to after I become sporty and rich? But I realized it is true and it's happening. They put me on a wheelchair and I couldn't even cry. And doctor says, do you need to call your family? No. My parents got divorced and I lost my mom when I was 10. No siblings. Oh gosh, I don't even have a cat. I might want to consider that. So laying on that operational table with some serious equipment around me, I had nothing to do but to rethink my life choices. Gosh, Did I really run away from that Toastmasters meeting? How about my dreams, my passion? And I recalled one situation from my childhood. If you do it perfectly. That was my teacher's phrase when I was drawing my mom's portrait. I drew it curly, her hair, instead of straight. Do it perfectly. That was her phrase, which got stuck in my head, and I started to apply it for everything. Don't come to Toastmasters, don't apply for scholarship. Basically, don't do anything unless you are perfect. And so, in that whole hospital chaos, for the first time, Bruno was silent. And I could hear my voice. Zhaniya, what do you actually want? One tear finally dropped, and I passed out. So if you see me today, hopefully not my ghost, I'm okay. And the first thing when I went out from the hospital, got out, I took a journalism course, had some projects. 2 years ago, I texted my Toastmasters member friend to bring me here. And I realized every time I ignored Bruno, the world didn't end. And Bruno, he's always with me because he's part of me. But the good news is I am in charge, not the Bruno. And you see the proof. The very girl who couldn't even enter that door 9 years ago is now standing here competing in Poland on a contest stage. So it took me a hospital to realize it. But I want you to do it now. Think of something you have always wanted to do. Maybe it's been waiting for 5 years, maybe for 50, 10. And look at you now. You are still here carrying that dream inside you. And I want you to silence our Brunos together. Say Silenzio Bruno with me in 1, 2, 3. Silenzio Bruno! And now, go and do the thing Bruno said you couldn't. Oh, and I can. Remember that it's you who's in charge, not him.